All right, hello, hello. This is the Lemon Drop Sessions. I'm your host, Will Bennett, and I'm here with Edwin Escobar. He's a director of music videos, films, commercials, short films. Um, he's This is his first appearance on the Lemon Drop Sessions. I can't wait to hear about his work in music videos. And by the way, I definitely do not get to talk to Edwin any old time that I want to. This is a real guest right here. So this isn't like, like my friend who's trying to fill an episode or anything like that. Like Edwin, like this guy switched on. He just made a great short film called Left. Um, so actually just like let's do a little icebreaker. Edwin, you just made a short film called Left about this man who becomes sick with dementia. And, you know, you shot the thing. The visuals are really incredible. I mean, I was completely hooked. And then when things got dark, I had to be there for it, because, you'd taken me that far. So I think you did a really good job with the film. How did you figure out the music for this short film, Left?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all, and I appreciate all the praise. Thanks for watching the film and being part of just, my audience right now. The music was, I usually do everything in-house, and I looked for some pieces. This was part of the process that's out of the norm. I had plans to have someone score the film, and at the first stage with sound design, I kind of had to go, kind of take it from the beginning because it wasn't working out. They're talented, they just weren't equipped for this length of a project, or maybe there was some
Understand.
miscommunication. So I had to go back to the drawing board with this short film because I didn't raise the budget that I had in mind. I wanted to delegate some of the work, which is not what I usually do. I usually wear all five hats,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And for the most part, I work, but with sound design, I do have a background in music. And when I say that, I don't mean like a degree. I mean, I worked as an engineer at my home studio for years before I took up film. And
Wow.
I just went back to the drawing board. I had a professional come in. His name is DJ Invisible, who also has visuals and sounds,
Wow.
who does music videos as well, but he does music still. He's a great
Wow.
engineer, so he helped me do the mix. And then instead of, because we were a little like 5 weeks behind, I looked online, and then I just reached out to all the people and got either a license. A lot of them, believe it or not, just said, "Hey, just use it. Just give me some credit." And obviously, they're at the end credited. But these were
Gotcha.
pretty much
Gotcha.
symphony pieces. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because I heard there was a hip hop song that the main character was listening to when he was in the car, and I was
For
meaning
the
to
music,
ask you about that.
gotcha. So,
Who is?
so, so what I just talked about was pieces, movement pieces. A lot of like booms and I guess that's just score, right? For the songs, there's only two artists, two songs that I use throughout the whole thing. I didn't want to fill the
Right.
thing with songs. It's an amateur thing that people do. They just song after song after song. It's not really how you score. So I picked two. The main one, the first one is Surely is an intro to an album, which I had to take it up and change the beat because it was an intro to an album with industry beat, which this how hip hop works. Sometimes you just kind of borrow a popular or beat that you want to bless, right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah.
But because I'm a paperwork guy and I want to make sure I don't infringe on anybody, I took the vocals, I remixed it with a instrumental I had licensed to, and also gave it a little bit of a different feel, and it matched perfectly. So that was Sholey, who's one of my clients, and he's a friend as well.
So you did sort
I
of
like the
remix the
subtle mention to
song,
British.
right?
What was that?
Am I hearing that right? You remixed the song
Yeah, I
for
had
the
to because
movie.
the original beat
Yeah.
was a Jay-Z beat, and obviously Jay-Z's not worried about me, but it's just I like to exercise having rights to all the material
For
that you give.
sure. So have you released the remix yet?
No, I mean I'm not in the publishing music or anything like that.
Sure.
I sent it back to the artist, to Sholi, and I told
Surely.
him this could be uniquely for the film, or if you ever want to release it, you can. But I think he's good. This is a song from about 5 years ago.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's not,
cool.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna put the budget behind that releasing it
Oh,
unless
that's
the main
right.
premiere allows to it. But yeah, but the choice was really the lyrics, which touched on growing up. It was a turbulent time around the artist's life and losing his father, and the song took up more meaning and how he was raised and what he went through. So I wanted to give my character a little bit of a background without making it explicit. So the song kind of speaks for itself and it reminds people we are in Bridgeport, right? Without blastering all over.
Right, right. So you submitted the film left to the Bridgeport Film Fest, and it got included in their Latinx block. They were
It
doing
was on
a
the nighttime things. It was on the nighttime, nighttime chills. It wasn't on the Latinx, which
so I'm sorry about that. I thought it was. That it
yeah,
was
no,
nighttime chill. Yeah, yeah.
it was nighttime, yeah, and it was that. I mean, the programming was perfect because it's yeah, like to watch a scary
Well,
movie
I'm,
during the day is
you know,
different, right?
I just the reason so I think I was going for a segue there because I remember when we met at the Bridgeport Film Festival, and you were actually like about to do like a red carpet thing. You were going to do an interview with like someone I went to school with, Sam Twizzolo, and so I was just sort of talking to you for a second, and I remember I was like, that was a good idea, right? To have a Latinx block for the film festival, and you were like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, like totally, like, and
yeah.
so that I thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to kind of mention it, because it was just an interesting moment, I think, for me anyway. Um,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And no, I think the way that not to walk away, but yeah, the way the blacks were set, they were optimally set up for the bet. So the people that took the award, it was really a good competition, right? So it
right,
wasn't confusing because sometimes,
right,
you know, and again, labels and like we come here trying to make film but for the purpose of letting people know hey, this is a form of expression that you may
yeah,
not be aware about. I like that, and again it was really good for voting because then you had, like, for example, I was at the right block. I was put in the perfect block, not only
right.
for the schedule but I competed with some really great films.
And
And
by the
my
way, I mean, your film is a nighttime chill movie. I mean, you don't want to
yeah,
do anything
yeah,
after that movie,
right,
like that's like really it's kind of a closer, man. You're just like, whoa, like
good.
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
for sure. No, because like I just sort of I really I think I honestly waited to watch your film until it was dark out, because I
Good.
knew it was kind of moody and all that stuff. So I was like, well, I don't want to watch it in the afternoon and not really get it, you know what I mean? So so that was really something, man. It's a really good movie. Is it playing anywhere else soon? What's happening next?
So it's playing virtually in a lot of short film fests. I think so far we actually won like five. And I'm semi-finalist in like in 11,
Wow.
and another three selected, which
Do you have a favorite?
I
Do you
haven't
have
heard
one
back.
like, oh, I can't believe we won this one or blah blah blah?
Um, well, the when we every time we win, I'm like not surprised and I'm flattered because when I see the other films, I'm like, okay, we're not like out of our league because winning out of the
Right,
league is not something to brag about, right? But we were going
right,
up with really interesting stuff. It depends.
right.
I'm just being nominated in the Bridgeport Film Fest because I've been in Bridgeport for 26 years, and this is a platform we didn't have more than 3 years ago. That is a
Mm.
win for us. And we were nominated for Best Ensemble, which is a cast. So, it wasn't really about me, which, that's the point. Like, we have 10 great actors that took very important parts, which
Uh,
could become a spin-off for a series or anything. Whoever has the budget, we can make anything out of it, right?
love it.
So being nominated for Best Ensemble told me that I did the right thing on the casting end of it, and that I let
Right.
everybody really have a moment. That was the point. That's why I had them all come in. Jason blessed me with a lot of comp tickets. I bought a few just so I can get these guys to see themselves on a 50-foot screen and really
Right.
like put that fire under them. Because we filmed this in March, and they hadn't. A lot of them haven't seen the movie, and it was like, I got to show my actors that we got this. Like we did something great, and that was amazing. And I'm not gonna get too much into, but this movie rekindled a relationship and all that. Like it was,
Yes.
seeing someone like seeing
That's what
someone
I'm talking
be.
about right there.
But the nomination to me is a win. So this nomination, and not to put down, because there's Bridgeport Film Fest is a film fest. There's a lot of other um IMBD, am I saying the right? Certified Film Fest. They're only online though, and
Close.
they're monthly. And I've won those, but I'm even a little more proud of just being nominated at the Bridgeport Film Fest, because we were able to be there, network talk. I met you through that. Like you can't do that.
We met through that. I can't believe
So
that.
yeah,
That's
man. So my
unbelievable.
favorite is Bridgeport Film Fest, and it's and biased because I live here and then we needed it. And it's not just for Bridgeport. It allows other filmmakers who work from Bridgeport or who
Close
heard about
by
it
or
to
yep.
come see, and that's what we need in the city, a little more artistic and just more presence for the arts.
I was very impressed with the festival. Like I was sort of working. I had a pass. I had an access all access pass. I
Mhm.
won't lie. I had an all access pass to the Bridgeport Film Festival because I was a Q&A moderator for like their first block of films, like literally like the first 8 films showing.
Oh yeah, when we were at the Housatonic, I was there for that.
Yeah, Housatonic, and I was just really, I guess they remodeled Housatonic. I was blown away by the remodel, you know. It looks like a great place to go to school, you know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so so that was it was great, man, and it really is doing what you're saying, and yeah, shout out to Jason, one of the guys, one of the head honchos, getting Bridgeport Film Fest out to the people. Absolutely. Uh, Jason might do an interview as well. Looking
Nice.
forward to that. So why don't you when you get a chance, email me or text me that guy you were talking about, Slew or Salou, the artist who you remixed the song.
Surely, surely. I got you. I got you covered.
Surely, yeah.
All right,
So
put it in.
text me Sholey and maybe text me some dates and times for when Left is playing.
Oh, absolutely. Hold on.
All
Surely,
right.
artist.
Ah,
And yeah, so,
Sholey.
and if you if you look him up on YouTube, you're gonna recognize those lyrics on the song. It just has a Jay-Z beat, and I did the video for her as well. So
Nice.
yeah, but yeah, it was a meaningful song, and that's
All
why.
right. Because actually, things have been so busy for both of us. I haven't gotten to go through your music video catalog yet, so you'll have to
Yeah,
come back, man. For
yeah, it's
sure, for
about
sure.
3,000 videos, all going all the way back to like 2009, 2010 area.
Really, 3,000.
Wow, yeah.
Okay. So, wow, 3,000 music videos?
I will go backwards, so you'll see the progression. I mean, I started with a T2I, DSLR, and now, I'm working with a Red now. So, and just I've gained more experience. I learned more. Obviously, I am
Wow.
offering a service, so I had to really be, being self-taught. I had to be on my toes about just not just the business end, but just being creative. And I've seen trends come and go. I've seen, this is an industry that changes a
You've
lot.
seen trends come and go, huh?
Yeah.
So what's coming, what's going?
I mean, right now, like I'm so focused on this film, I haven't really paid attention to a lot of the music that's been coming out.
Hmm.
There's definitely a big difference on how much music came out, say 15 years ago. Any given Monday, there's at least 100 new artists, right? And for me, it's a
There's
little overwhelming. It's hard to
oh
find.
right.
It's like a diner menu, right? So there's just hundreds and hundreds of options, but you really just eat like five or six. So the way I consume music now is a lot of it is independent because that is the
Wow.
business I'm in. 90% of my work is music videos. Well, the past couple of years, I'll say 80%. And
Okay, man.
I gotta
Love it.
listen to the songs. I gotta understand the artist. So I don't have time to discover new commercial acts, which is it's actually not a bad thing. Um,
Yeah, you do
yeah,
something different. Yeah.
yeah,
I try to do that with movies sometimes, actually, you know? I mean, obviously.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, really people, independent film right now, what can you even say? I think the water is pretty warm. Wouldn't you, Edwin? I mean, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But I love my craft, and I know why. I know my why first of all, why I do it. I understand that I adapt well. I believe I adapt well to the changes. Technology is a big factor in that. But there's trends that come and go that I don't, because of how long I've been doing in my client base, and I don't rely on Connecticut only to, for my work. I've been blessed enough to, have to be able to say no to a lot of stuff that
Right,
it didn't complement my brand. So that's a great thing
right.
that only a few people could, say.
Yeah, I think it really is tough to consider a brand because then there maybe possibly really is something that you might not be able to do at some point
Right.
because of the brand. Have you ever really felt the sting of that, or is it mostly all green lights?
But in what aspect to me? Like things that I don't want to get involved with?
Just sort of like, no, 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 no. I mean, like, I get it. You want to say no sometimes. Definitely, I have no problems with that.
Mhm.
But like,
Yeah.
but like, I'm just like, sorry, that was a really odd coincidence. I really, like, okay, like people, I asked Edwin if he wanted to do something, and he said no. I do not mind. We have plenty to do. There's other stuff to be done, right? But like, really, like, say, like, I mean, and that is fine. It really is. Has there been one where you were just like, oh, I have to say no. I really kind of wish I didn't, I guess. I guess I'm just asking
Oh,
that same old question.
so far, nothing that I've said no to has become this regret, or everything's been silent and it's worked out fine without me, which means that um, I recently got a direct message. I had a meeting I had like three meetings back to back about 3 years ago, and it was a reality show. I hate reality TV. I really don't want to be part of it,
Right,
especially the one that exploits stereotypes, and it just really there's nothing to learn from. It's ridiculous. That's my opinion, but
right.
people got to make their money, and some people love it, and obviously, people consume it. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any real budgets for it. But in any case, this was a wholesome idea. Because of an NDA, I can't get into exactly what it was because there's no
Got it.
problem there. Wholesome idea. I thought it was amazing, but the articulation from the client who just didn't know how to explain it. I had no idea what he wanted, and if I don't know
Mm,
what we're doing, I'm not getting involved because when there's vagueness or confusion, to me that's a red flag. It's like it's simple. You got to be able to know what we want to do, right? You got to be able to have at least a reference. Anyway, after the third meeting, I saw it wasn't going to work. I stopped taking the meeting. And just a week ago, I got a DM with a sizzle reel of what he wanted, and
wow.
it was like, oh, this is what I wanted to do all along. And obviously through text, you can't read people's tone. I don't know if he meant like, oh, I'm about to blow up and whatever. But I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's what you wanted. All right, that's cool. Like you didn't say none of this, but okay,
Right.
but good. And my response was like, I'm glad you found the right team that had the time or understood or maybe the
The
vibe.
wavelength.
Yeah,
Wavelength. Yeah.
so it worked for you, and I guess my response took him by surprise. So um, then I got another DM like, yeah, I didn't mean to be harsh. I was like, you weren't being harsh. You just showed me what you wanted me to. That's not good. That's not bad because now I can learn from other connections. Like learning what people want is a big challenge when you're providing a service, right? Because then it has to be put in paperwork so we know what our obligations are. As a vendor,
Wow.
as a client. So clarity for me is the biggest thing. Clarity
Wow.
all
That
the
was
way
great.
from there. Also, managing
Wow.
expectations. Managing expectations is like one of the things that I've always been like, and I had to say no to things sometimes because um, some clients, they're like, oh, your rates are, which my rates are standard for what I offer. Probably should be charging more, but in the state I'm in, I can't. But if I go to Texas or
Yes, you
California,
are expensive though.
my rate is different. That I wouldn't consider that expensive, but
You wouldn't say
again, I
expensive.
go to Texas, I go to California. There's no. It's like, okay,
Oh yeah, if you got to travel, I mean, if you got to travel, if you have to go to Texas to be there and put the camera on and stay somewhere,
yeah,
right?
no, but it's not even just that. Like that's travel costs. I'm talking about just the value of my work alone in other states is double, triple what I have to kind of justify
Really,
here. Yeah,
really.
like yeah, absolutely, because I'm offering
Wow.
a service and a value, and these clients know what to do with it, so they don't really care about the upfront. Not that they don't care, but they know that they're gonna make it back. In this market, nobody knows how to make back. So music videos, you can't sell a music video. I mean, you can try, so, it's supposed to push your brand. It's supposed to. So when, like, an example, like I was gonna say,
You're
sometimes
doing fantastic.
I've had clients I've had clients come in and say, oh, look, they're like, I like what you do. I like your work, and I'm gonna save up for it. You know, I don't take that for granted, and sometimes. Most of the time, it works, and then if they don't understand the marketing end of it, I'm not a marketing person, but I give them the idea that they need to know that you can spend $30,000 on a music video. If you're not pushing it, nobody cares.
Wow.
The internet wild wild west is gone. This is all it's real. It's digital real estate. You got to push
Everybody knows
it.
where to go digitally, right?
Right. No. Well,
Or
you got
as
to
it should.
pay for exposure. You're not just gonna post a video. I don't believe viral exists anymore. I think it's all
Huh.
just another arm of good marketing, because the real
Wow.
estate, digital
Wow.
real estate is done for. Like, so
Yeah.
some clients are like, I'm gonna spend my last 2 grand on you, or with the video because I want ABC and
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
make it after this.
Right.
I've had to stop
Right.
people like, no, you're not gonna make it after this. This is gonna be
Right.
your first out of many, and you need to have a budget, a presence. If your Instagram got 200 followers, um, and you max out that, then you only have 200 views. That's not gonna pay you anything.
Right.
Anything. YouTube,
Right.
I don't believe in YouTube. I mean, I never made money from YouTube at all. Most of the work I do is for hire, so I don't get to collect anything.
Hmm.
Rightfully, because again, I'm getting paid an upfront fee. So, I never bother music for music videos. I don't bother with royalties. That's just wrong, right? Like, hey, you pay me up front, and from the little
I have
hundred,
no idea if it's wrong or not.
I
Please go
mean,
on.
ethically, for me, ethically is like that's just greedy, and greedy for no reason.
Hmm.
Because no, we're not gonna make anything. You probably make $100 from streaming, the way streaming pays. So I'm gonna ask you for
Yeah, no,
a
I
percentage.
mean,
I already got paid what
I'm
I.
definitely displeased by a number of the streaming
Yeah,
services.
it's ridiculous. So understanding
However,
that,
I'm really we're gonna vouch for Bandcamp. One of the artists I interviewed, Riva Jean, is using Bandcamp. And I would like to start using bandcamp.com more as well. Um,
yeah, I think yeah, because I didn't even know it existed anymore, and it seems like the way most artists look at it now, they feel like it's an amateur. But I've have heard that they're just more artist friendly than anything.
well,
Like,
Afro Man is definitely on
yeah,
bandcamp.com.
I
And
haven't been on that website for like 8 years.
I think that's fair. I mean,
But it's marketing. This is what I'm saying. Like,
it's a
I have a big.
user platform right now. I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
pick up
kind of a
my phone
closed
and I have a
community
streaming
for all I
service
know.
already.
I don't
Yeah,
know how they're doing what they're doing, but
yeah.
I recommend it.
But
Bandcamp.com.
you're not. The way they're doing this, probably they're probably not public. Are they public? Right? They don't have stock. Can you buy this stock?
You want me to Google it? I'll Google it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. A lot anything like Apple, we have stockholders and we have the, their duty is to make money back. They don't. It's not to help the artists. Their job is to make money and bottom line keep the stock fat and healthy, right? So when you get anything with a big corporation behind it that's public, the artist is not the priority, the consumer is not the priority, it's the stockholder.
All right,
That's it.
man. I actually have the answer. Bandcamp isn't publicly traded,
That explains it.
so you can't buy stocks.
Good. That means that they don't have to respond to anybody but the advertisers, if there's advertisers. So they're artist friendly. They don't. Their duty is not to a stockholder. That makes a big difference. Because
it's
I don't know how
there
they're
is
doing
a
what they're doing.
difference. I
They
mean,
don't
yeah.
have to.
Yeah, no, you can literally sell your songs for $1 a piece. You can sell your album for $10,
Yeah,
so on and
that's
so
yeah.
forth.
And if you're
Yeah.
independent, those numbers mean a lot. Those numbers
Yeah, I
can
do.
make a career.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, like the client base where I'm at, a lot of at least my market, right, and the clients that I come in contact with in this market, right, in Connecticut and surrounding areas. Not obviously New York has its own hierarchy, but they got their own people on it, right? I get
Right.
more work in LA than New York, believe it or not. So,
I believe it.
but
I
a
haven't fucking
sustainable
even been to LA.
artist, right? A sustainable artist that's doing shows, got merch, that's making money from their craft,
Right.
uh, is gonna look at an expense, right? It's gonna look at what they spend with me as an expense.
Right.
Right? But if you're doing a 9 to 5, you have no shows, you have to pay to show, which I mean completely against pay to play. Um, and you have to actually spend money to get on a stage. You draw 7 people. You're not sustainable. You're pulling out of your 9 to 5, or you got to hustle. So those clients definitely, they're not, what they spend with me wouldn't be an expense. It would just be, it's not an investment. It's
Yeah.
just money that they're putting in.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that music video will put them in a different light of like, okay, this is professionally done. They care
Right.
about their craft.
Right.
That's more of image.
Right.
Oh, this is the video to the new song. But again, if they're not a band camp, they can get 1,000 views and they're not gonna make the money back.
All right. So real
That's
quick.
just so what I'm saying. I don't blame the artists. I blame just trends and markets. So my prices here, it's subjective to say expensive or not. What's expensive is to not have
Oh,
any good, like to have trash.
plan.
What's
Yeah.
expensive is to have a bad video. That's expensive in the long run because it's just
Yeah.
not going to look professional.
Yep.
Um, but yeah,
Wow.
it's not the individual, it's the trends, it's the market. But when you know trends and all that, it's a business. It's never personal.
That was great, Edwin. That was really awesome. All right. So I've got to do a few shout outs. Um, so we just had a crazy development with the lemon drop sessions where we might be able to cover um at least part of the UN General Assembly taking place in New York City. It turns out that Edwin and I were actually in the city at the same time. You were there Monday night for something, right?
Yes.
What were you up to?
I was you met Chris here, the comedian. Yeah,
That's right.
he had a show, stand up New York, and I also had
Oh, wow.
a meeting right before that, so it made sense to take the ride. I hate New York as far as driving in it, and I hate the train, so gotta drive. But
Yeah.
we stopped the we stopped at Times Square, and then I thought they were showing a film or something. It was a lot of movement. Then I saw the sanitation trucks parked. I'm like, gotta be a politician. And because they usually use them to block any cars running through. Then I saw the tent they use because you're not gonna be
Yeah.
able to run through all these buildings.
I definitely saw some pretty hardcore blockades
Yeah,
when I was there.
I saw Joe Biden come out of.
You
He was
did.
watching Biden for Broadway for Biden. It was like a thing, and he attended it, and he was leaving. That's why we saw that commotion. And I'm
Wow.
like, I know he didn't come here to watch a show. But I'm
So
like,
it's
oh, the
true.
UN assembly.
Biden was there for the first 2 days, I believe. And I think our listeners might actually be happy to know the first week of the UN General Assembly is Climate Week. I found that out after beating the pavement for like almost like over 36 hours. And it's probably online, to be honest with you. But yeah, the first week of the UN General Assembly is Climate Week, and Joe Biden was there, and he met with a president of another country on Tuesday. And so we want to try and get back out to New York City as the Lemon Drop sessions and profile a little more of the UN General Assembly. If you want to help us out with that, please do click the links. There's going to be a bunch of links for this video and for this audio release. So We have a small merch section. We have a winter cap available. I am going to get one of those winter caps with my very next paycheck. Um, so I want to shout out a few of the restaurants that that I got to try out while I was in New York City. Um, so Edwin,
Yes.
is there anything else you want to drop while we're on the air, so to speak?
So you asked me recently about a restaurant, right? Food, because food we haven't spoken enough about food, right?
I know, yeah. So,
I'm gonna go. So recently, someone I work with, that's my cat, not a ghost. Uh, I recently I
is your cat's name Ghost?
no, his name is Lido,
Lido.
Liro. It's yeah. So
Liro.
Liro, but Lido with the Spanish accent. So it's yeah. But
All right, all right.
I can't blame you for it. It's an odd name to choose to make people be like, you say it this way. No, I'm gonna read it like it sounds. Nah. So no, so I'm gonna definitely send a shout out to B Side, which is 1450 Barnum Ave, and this is a like a fusion slash Caribbean. It's a lounge, but they got
This is
great food.
Bridgeport or New York
And
City?
Bridgeport, Bridgeport. Oh,
All right, my bad, my
I don't
bad.
have a favorite in New York.
B-side in Bridgeport. I've
Yeah,
heard of that for sure,
yeah,
for sure. How have I not been there? Go
yeah.
on.
It's good. They're open 2 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, B side by Blackjacks, and yeah, the food is great. That my favorite dish is mobster pasta, which is a take on. It's like a take on Alfredo, like chicken and shrimp Alfredo, but spicy, like jerky. So and some other stuff. I'm not a chef. I can't speak on it, but it's amazing.
All right, man. That was great. Thank you so much for that. Um, that was really good, man. Um, so I did actually get to try out a few different restaurants when I was in New York City. I just went, you know what? My birthday's coming up. This is my birthday present, and I'm just gonna really try and taste test some of these restaurants that I found, you know, and spend a little too much money, and that was the plan. And boy, did I succeed. Anyway, so I want to shout out a few restaurants. First of all, Pizza Art, 31st West 46th Street, New York. All right. Um, Madison Restaurant, First Avenue and 53rd Street, New York. Let's see what else. Vin Sur Vingt. What is that? 52nd? No, sorry, 51st Street and 2nd Avenue. Vin Sur Vingt, Vingt, New York. Um, I do believe that's going to be the first round. Oh, you know what? I also stopped at the Chazz Palminteri Italian restaurant, and I got Maker's Mark, and they bumped me up to a Maker's Mark 46.
Hey,
So,
shout out to whiskey.
so cheers to Chazz Palminteri Italian restaurant. Um, you probably don't drink much.
Yeah, okay. I just gotta stay sharp and ready for work and meetings. But every chance I get, have a nice little whiskey.
All
Kind of
right,
retire the tequila for the winter. And then a
right.
good IPA goes a long way.
All right. So, that was great, man. That was a perfect segue. I was looking for an excuse to mention this. Um, you know, I am very proud to say that Edwin and it looks like we're going to be teaming up for some video projects.
Yeah,
But before we ran into each other, we had already started our video segments for the Lemon Drop sessions, and we got to go to the Hip Hop 50th celebration in the Bronx, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. I
nice.
got this shirt, right? And so, Edwin, I think you'll like this. Um, I got to taste test the Made in Bodega slushies.
Ooh,
These
Spike.
are the best spiked drinks that I have experienced in this lifetime. Made in Bodega slushies at Made in Bodega.
Nice.
And that is definitely a podcast episode. How are you feeling, man?
Love it, man. I told you this was gonna be real natural, man. It's like we met long ago.
Crushed it. Crushed it. I do think we went overtime though. Do you know when we started?
I know it was about 12, 10, 15, 12, 15 maybe.
All
Maybe
right.
12, 15.
All right. So I think, this went even better than I expected. I don't think I have to make any cuts. We're gonna get this one out early. We're gonna skip the Thursday release date and I'll just look over it one time and make sure it's all good and then this thing will be out there. So we record
Absolutely.
Thanks, mate. So we recorded September 23rd, 2023. Edwin, how are you spending your weekend? What are you doing for food, man? What are you doing for dinner?
So today I'm probably, we're gonna eat. It's a baby shower. I'm going with my wife and my daughter. And I'm probably gonna eat. I haven't eaten yet. I've been fasting, so I can eat really terribly later. I don't
I
fast
heard someone
now.
else talking to me
I
about that.
fast so
Yeah.
I can have 10 plates at a time. No. Um, so they're probably gonna have some really good food. And dinner we haven't decided yet. Uh, yeah, I'm not a planner. I got a lot of choices. I'm not picky. I got my top five choices of food,
Right.
and something in between those five is always gonna work as far as cuisine goes, right?
Oh, that is great. I was just thinking about kind of like other fives in this world of ours,
Right.
Like, yeah, just like I was like literally earlier today, I was like, huh, the number five, like it just,
Every
so many
year I release
possible.
my top five, and as every list that gets released, somebody got something to say, but that's my top five.
Exactly, exactly. All right, man, that was great. I'm just gonna hit stop on the record because my goodbyes are too long. All right, thanks very much. You are
Thank you.
listening to
Thank
the
you for
Lemon
having
Drop
me, man. Appreciate
Sessions.
it.
Man, this thing is going pretty well. I hope people get on board. Please subscribe, please share, and check out some of these links that are going to be attached to the video.